We got to get some people on here first before we actually make the announcement because we want to say, "Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that," and then all of a sudden, people actually come on and they're like, "What the hell are you doing, Rob?"
Yeah, that wouldn't be the most ideal, people joining in mid-conversation.
This is quite true now, Sam. So we got to get some people on here, watch the broadcast, and plus, I'm also going to upload this as a regular video, so we'll make sure everybody who misses it, who is still sleeping at this hour, can view it later on in the day.
Second. I mean, live is always more fun.
It always is. Kevin's racing photos.
It's funny because I barely ever post racing photos of my own. You do that more than I do, but everybody knows me as it, so I just kind of keep it like it is.
Let's see. Hopefully we get some people on here pretty soon. Let's see. At the story. Boom, boom, boom. We're all good with that one. We're all good. Let's see. Doesn't show anybody live yet. We're still on the broadcast, so we're still waiting on to get some viewers into the video. And again, it is 10 o'clock in the morning, so I doubt everybody's awake now at this point.
Yeah. Now, more than a couple of seconds, I could actually get a chance to answer a question.
Sure.
So I've actually been getting the question of why, if I hate NASCAR so much, why do I buy NASCAR diecasts and actually keep them? It's actually a really good question.
It is a really good question.
Well, if you notice, what era has most of my recent acquisitions been from? That
Well, from the COI era.
Yeah, the 2006, 2007 time period. That's because that's when I was a huge NASCAR fan. So I'm getting diecast of cars that I love to watch race.
Okay, so it looks like my Google Hangouts is not telling me how many people are watching the video, but there are 7 currently watching on the YouTube video. So we can get the announcement going on the way here. So good morning, everybody. This is a very good time to be around. I'm very happy that all of you can be here, and whoever is not awake at the current moment, who you want to watch this video later, you can definitely do so. This will be a regularly scheduled upload later on in the afternoon here. So before we get all settled in here with our NASCAR coverage going on later today, I mean, I know all of you NASCAR fans are very hyped up for what's going on in Daytona Beach, Florida this weekend, coming up with the Daytona 500 pole qualifying and the Advanced Auto Parts Clash that is coming up here shortly today. But we're also here to announce something that myself, Kevin, David, and a couple of other people that I know very well have all been working on the past week or 2 weeks, perhaps now at this point. I think that this is a very exciting time for us. I have not been this excited over something that I've created or we've worked on in a very, very long time. And I think, Mr. Kevin, when I first told you about this, you were immediately almost on board with it, and you thought it was a fantastic idea. And we also had David come along with us and say, wow, you really need to do this. This is absolutely just engaging. It's fantastic. And it's something that will for sure diversify what you got going on here on YouTube. So I think we could definitely get along with this here. So what's been happening over the past couple of weeks is that, with especially now with the diecast market being so vile and so delayed in production, we're going to need something to really fill the void that's going to come up in the next month or so, because there's going to be a period where there's going to be a solid month or two where there's going to be nothing coming in. And I know, Kevin, as far as you know, as diecast collectors, that can be very frustrating, my friend.
Yeah, it really can. There's some massive feedback from your end.
That's all right, no big deal. Go ahead.
But yeah, we're getting to a point where there's no real new releases going on. So that means diecast reviewers, more prominently you, because you do it more than I do, and you also get all the newer stuff. I do IndyCar wise, but not so much NASCAR wise. But there's nothing much really coming out. So I guess we need something to fill the void.
We absolutely can fill something with the void, and this will kind of intrigue the old time fans, like the long time fans that have been around for since almost the beginning, pretty much. So what we got playing here going on is over the weekend of the Rolex. David and I were just foolishly looking at old YouTube races on YouTube, like in 2003, R Factor. We were just kind of fooling around. We were kind of just goofing off, saying, hey, we're gonna test some things out. We're gonna run some videos, and we're gonna see how we do with this. And when I saw him do his test, I kind of got intrigued. I said, you know what? I can still do this. It's been a period of like 5 years since I've recently done a simulated race in any shape or form, whether that is on the Enter 2003 platform or on any kind of simulator as period, to be honest with you. So we immediately got to work on this, and I think we got a deal set up here. So what the big fuss is all about is we are bringing the IRA races back for one big race, one big show, a huge event, winner take all for bragging rights. It will consist of many people's favorite YouTubers, my personal favorite YouTubers. This will be a Le Mans style event. And Mr. Kevin, why don't you explain what Le Mans style means over here?
Well, basically a Le Mans style. Oh, we're getting that feedback again. Basically a Le Mans style event. Back up as recently as 2011, Le Mans was, or 2010, Le Mans was a standalone race where basically you just showed up and raced. There wasn't any championship to worry about. There was none of that. You just showed up after you got the invite, of course, and you raced. There was nothing on the line except for winning Le Mans.
That's a very good way of putting it, Mr. Kevin. I really appreciate it, my friend. That's a great point you make, and I think a lot of people will be tuning in, and this would be a pretty cool show that we got going on here. I think the game is going to be on a updated R Factor style race. It's going to be old Indy cars. It's going to be an IndyCar simulation. It will be on the 1998 kart mod, which is a mod that I used previously in one of my old IRA races. I think you, Mr. Kevin, have seen a few of them. We know David has seen a few of them. He loved when we had broadcasted them. And I spoke to some people who ran those IRA races years ago, and they all said, we would like to see these come back. And I'm glad we were able to do that. I ran some tests. I ran some simulated races, and it looks like we can get something working. I've already sent out most of the invites. I've already reached out to a lot of people about this. Seems like this gets a lot of support, and I hope that the people who actually will be able to watch the race, regardless of what time of the year it is or if it's uploaded live, I hope anybody who watches it can watch a genuinely good broadcast. Well, one that's been put a lot of effort and a lot of work into, because we had a lot of sleepless nights over here. Myself, I've been up till 2 a.m. working on spotters guides, driver cards, working on promoting the event. I've been working very hard on this, and it's all coming together now. And the reason why we're doing this at 10 o'clock in the morning is we want to get this announcement video out of the way. We'll make this a public video again for all those who just chimed in last minute. This is going to be a 500-mile race. Yes, you are not on drugs. It will be 500 miles at Auto Club with Indy cars. I'm telling you, if you want to see real entertaining racing, you are going to look no further than this. We ran some tests, and I'll tell you what, I ran one with my friend Lewis and Caleb, and all three of us were eating our popcorn just glued to the screen. And this was like a 100-mile race we were watching. Could you imagine 500 miles of this? I don't think anybody in the world of simulations has done a 500-mile race before. What do you think, Kevin? Have you seen one that's been that long before?
Personally, you yourself can run 500-mile races on like Project Cars 2 or whatever, but to see so many so much star power in one place. It's not going to be anywhere else.
It's going to be fantastic. We're gonna
Absolutely.
have a 500-mile race at Auto Club with some of the most marquee YouTubers that I know, some of the best people I know, and we're all just going to go for bragging rights. This is going to be a lit event, my friend. I'm telling you what.
And for me, it's special because I wasn't necessarily around during the original run of the IRA series. And I hang around with a lot of people that were part of the original, and I hear about it a lot, especially when guys like Brody and Joe are reminiscing. So to actually be a part of it now is something very special to me personally.
And I take a lot of honor in it. You know, you're one of the best guys I know. You
Well,
and also you and David will be part of our broadcasting team as part of the Marlboro 500. That is what the race is going to be called. We have a logo. Can we share screens on this to show the world what the logo looks like?
you might be able to.
Might be able to. Let's see if we can do it. Let's
By the
try it.
way,
Nope.
everyone out there, me and David commentating is going to be amazing.
Let's see. Oh, somebody's calling me. What the hell's this?
Oh, that's fantastic looking.
Oh crap! Stop fucking calling me. Let's close this out.
But yeah, it's going to be definitely very interesting. Me and David doing commentary together, and then you throw Rob in there too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it's going to be like the Three Stooges commentating an old IndyCar or kart race. It's going to be great.
See, do we have this on here? Okay, perfect. We can upload that. And don't want to spoil the driver lineups, but there is the logo. That is the spotters guide we're coming up with. Can you see, Kevin?
Yep.
Yep. It's the old girl right there. Worked on all that last night. What a beauty.
That logo is not going to be legal anywhere else.
Not going to be legal anywhere else. It's only going to be legal on the YouTube channel. You can't promote cigarettes anywhere else.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to be fantastic. Like I said, I hope everybody who's watching it right now is engaged and they're all excited about it, because I think we all sure are over here. And I think this is just a quick announcement video. We're not really planning on too much getting into involved. You know, I think we're all gonna just crack along here and we're all have a good time with it. And a bunch of people are just now tuning in. So you know, for all the people that did just tune in once again, you know, we are going to bring back the IRA races, Kevin, and we're going to run a 500-mile simulation at Auto Club Speedway. And when we talk about Auto Club Speedway, man, remember 2015 Fontana with the IndyCar race?
Oh yeah, definitely. Very hard to debate, but debatably one of the best IndyCar races of all time.
This is going to be like the 2015 IndyCar race. You're going to have cars running in a huge pack. They're going to be able to pass each other. They're going to slingshot past each other. It's all going to be about timing. It's all going to be about strategy. And it's going to be balls to the wall. And I should also mention, pit strategy is thrown out the window. I have basically set the tires and the fuel usage to unlimited. So the only thing you're going to be able to do is show the muscle on track. If you screw up, you're done. There's no mercy at this event. And there's no wave arounds, no free passes, nothing. You have to be 100% perfect the whole race. And if that doesn't describe nerve-wracking, I don't know what is, Kevin.
So basically, in summary, no gimmicks.
There is no gimmicks whatsoever, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun race, and I'm glad that we're able to do it. That's just something that I kind of didn't think we were actually going to be able to do, but we actually pulled it off. And it's great. It's gonna be great, man. I'm telling you what. So we do have a bunch of drivers that are already confirmed for the race. I know we have a couple that have commented in the video as is already, but we're just not going to reveal who they are just yet. We're going to do a separate driver reveal video. It's going to be fantastic. Like I said, most of the invitations have gone out already. Hello, Orca. How you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I know you know what's going on around here. We've been telling you around as of late. Um, but we'll do a separate video for the driver lineup. We'll do a separate video for the spotters guide. And of course, we may do a little bit of practice and qualifying to get our feet wet, Mr. Kevin. I think we ought to probably do a quick session or two before we actually film the big show.
That should be, yeah, absolutely. I think we should.
That's probably the best way we can do it. But I will be honest with you. With all me doing all these diecast reviews and everything, I've been doing pretty much the same thing for the past 5 years. I have never been more excited or more energized to film something like this in years. When I think of making this video, I just get an genuine excitement, like a kid going to a racetrack for the first time. I mean, I can't believe that we're doing this again. It feels like 2013 all over again, my dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, I was probably more excited. I mean, I've only been this excited to film one video in my life, and that was the Scott Dixon prototype review, obviously. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to be a part of the commentary strength for this.
I just film video my life, and that was a Scott Dixon. Sorry, my video here. Sorry about that. Go ahead, man.
And I'm really looking forward to putting out my my abilities, I guess you could say, as a statistician and all that, which Rob, you've seen during the Rolex 24 and various other races.
Oh yeah, and also you're gonna play the role of the legendary Uncle Bobby, and you could be arguing with David the whole time.
Who doesn't love Uncle Bobby? And if you want to see some of me and David arguing, the Ring Race podcast is a great place to look because we've had some good ones.
And it's all going to come out in the 3-hour broadcast window or so that we're going to be filming this race. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. You're going to be great in the broadcast booth. I think you'll do fine. And like I said again, if you just tune in last minute, you'll be able to watch the whole thing entirety later on in the day. We're also going to promote it on our social media. Everywhere it's going to be pretty much going to be littered with all this stuff that we got going on. I mean, I spent all night literally making driver cards. I spent hours among hours on the spotters guide. The spotters guide looks fantastic. I love how that looks. And now what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to have the drivers start promoting their driver cards that I made for them because this is going to be a hell of a show. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I know many people are going to tune this later on in this announcement video later in the day, but this is going to be quite a show. And 500 miles at Fontana to me just seems like a good night of entertainment. And I think the schedule upload date. That's a tricky one. I'm thinking the first week of March would be the best upload date. Obviously, it would be on a Saturday night. I don't want to conflict with any racing leagues going on that night. And a lot of iRacing leagues run that night. I know a lot of Xbox leagues run that night, and a lot of people don't want to watch a race and obviously race at the same time. So I think Saturday would be a better race date. As far as filming is concerned, I think we can probably do it on the President's Day holiday because I'm off. I don't know about you, Kevin. You're probably off President's Day because you're a construction worker.
I've been off.
Oh, so you'll have plenty of time, my dude. I know David will be off. David works from home, so he can work whenever the hell he wants to. And also, we're trying to get the pit report with us, which I think the pit report is going to be announced pretty soon. We'll give him notification, and we'll let him know that he'll be part of our broadcasting team as well. And we'll be ready to go, Kevin. Anything else you want to say for this video? Because I think I want to wrap a couple things up and just get things wrapped up here and get all the people that are late the chance to watch the video in its entirety.
One thing I really have to say is I'm really excited for this. Like I said earlier, to be a part of the IRA history, which is a storied one, is absolutely fantastic. It's a great opportunity. So thank you for this, Rob. And yeah, I'm absolutely excited for this. It's going to be an absolute spectacle.
It is going to be the spectacle.
The greatest spectacle in YouTube racing.
What a perfect freaking model for that. Yeah, how many writers did it take for you to get that one out?
The writing cast of Family Guy.
Damn. That was good. I should put that on the spotter's guide, man. Greatest spectacle on YouTube. That used to be our old motto, the greatest spectacle on YouTube. Maybe we ought to put that slogan back in there. Nobody's copyrighted that shit yet, so maybe I ought to send my thing to the patent office and say, hey, you can't patent this crap.
That would be fun.
A couple schmucks from New Jersey and Indiana came up with this. You can't replicate it.
Yeah.
Or else the racing mafia will show up at your door. 2 red cars, me and David show up at the door. The mafia showed up.
3 red cars.
Oh, that's right. You got a red car too.
Yes.
What's more scary, the red car from Indiana or the 2 red cars from New Jersey? I think if you see New Jersey play, you better start running.
Yeah, New Jersey as a state is scarier, but at the same time, my car has a storied reputation.
This is quite true. How many jumps have you done with it so far?
Probably like 200.
God, don't. You'll probably have to get me in that car for the month of May, probably.
We were playing on it last year.
Well, that worked out very well, didn't it?
Well, they took our main jump away, so
unfortunately. But anyways, to wrap things up here, thank you all so much for tuning in, regardless if you tuned in on the live video or if you're on the West Coast and you couldn't be able to watch it in time. The reason why we did this at 10 o'clock in the morning is because we want to get this out of the way. Kevin, you got stuff to do. I sure as hell got stuff to do. I got to upload a driver reveal video here pretty soon. I also got to watch qualifying in the Clash, which everyone else has got to do. So we want to get this out of the way. We want to announce it real quick. But just to recap everything, we will be bringing back the IRA events for one big race. I'm telling you, it's going to be a big show. Promote it to your friends, promote it to your family or whatever, whoever likes racing. This is going to be one of the best things I think we'll be doing on this YouTube channel for a long time. And I'm not stressing that. I think this is going to be a great broadcast. This is going to be pretty cool. If you're a driver in the event, you can definitely promote the event, let people know. But if you have not gotten an invite yet, the invites have almost all the invites have gone out, but not all of them to a certain extent. So we'll get more out and we'll let you know if you're a driver or not. It's by invitation only. So it'll be consistent of some of my favorite people on YouTube and the social media universe. So we're hoping to get a lot of good people into this race, and hopefully we'll have a very good show and a very good winner and a very deserving IRA champion for 2019. Once a year thing, we'll probably make this out of this deal. So comment, like, and subscribe. This is Race Day 2011 reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. It gets better. Well, on behalf of Mr. Kevin Rollins, David Land, and myself, I hope we pass the audition.